It's the lesson with Mr. Clark on Lake Effect Radio.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right, all right, all right.
Hey people, we probably gonna have to change that opener. I'll be feeling real bad when I don't hear the Queen Lay come in.
Yeah.
It's Jameer Ezel and
Queen Layla.
with the Lesson Radio Show. Hopefully we learned something today. We're definitely going to learn somebody today. We have our first interview as a duo.
Right.
Brenna Lee.
Brenda Lynn.
Brenna Lynn.
Brenda Lynn.
See?
We got it. I followed up. It's fine. It's okay.
I wanted her to check me. Like I was giving you like no, so you could come in like I'm here.
That's in your confidence.
But it's cool. She is a country music artist.
Kind of. I'm a singer-songwriter, kind of folky, kind of poppy. I don't know. It's an acoustic pop, if you will.
Gotcha.
Like whatever the magic trick is for that
like
day.
I just start playing the guitar and the magic happens.
Whatever that is. So, before we even get into who you are, what you're about, and all that, we're just going to let you play because the music speaks for itself most of the
Yeah.
time.
Very cool. Thank you. So I'm going to play this one. It's called Good Again. And this one is on my album. You finally shut your eyes, roll to the side, you're sleeping. And I envy you, I wish I could too. I just wanna feel good again. And I'm tempted to wake you up, search for external peace. But that's not what I should do, that's not what's good for me. Been laying here with my eyes open, and I just want to feel good again. I wanna hopscotch down the hallway, wanna run away from here. I wanna hop on a bike and go so far that no one knows where I might be or what I'm doing. Almost like I disappeared. She always hated when I did that, but it's what I do when I get scared that I'll never feel good again. Give me an estimate in the ballpark, help me make a decision. See, the longer that you stare into the dark, you get better vision. Self-incriminating and painful thoughts, they gather best at 4 a.m. And I don't want to wake you up, but I want to feel good again. I want to hopscotch down the hallway, I want to run away from here. I want to hop on a bike and go so far that no one knows where I might be or what I'm doing. Almost like I disappeared. She always hated when I did that, but it's what I do when I get scared that I'll never feel good again. I think of everyone that's ever slept in this room and what they're doing, or if any of them have pets. It's 5 in the morning. That train of thought doesn't have to make sense. And I got my headphones in and I'm staring at the ceiling, and I wonder if I'll ever sleep or feel good again. Till I hopscotch down the hallway, till I run away from here. I wanna hop on a bike and go so far that no one knows where I might be or what I'm doing. Almost like I disappeared. She always hated when I did that, but it's what I do when I get scared that I'll never feel good again. You finally shut your eyes, roll to the side, you're sleeping.
That was good.
Thank you.
Thought-provoking.
You do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of feelings in that one.
It makes me wonder exactly what is it that you want to get away from?
I love the way you worded
Can
that
I
question.
guess first?
Oh, yeah,
You want to guess? I have an idea, but I don't want to say the wrong thing and be way off.
I'll just go, if
It
you're right.
sounded like a breakup song
Okay.
in the midst of being in the bed together, though.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I'll
really
get that.
good. That's a good interpretation.
Okay.
You're not quite correct. But
Okay.
I definitely wrote it while like laying down
Laying
next to
down.
someone. So
It puts me in the mind of, because I've been there where I've had times where I'm like up at 3 a.m. and I don't even know why I'm up, number one. But it seems like everyone else is sleeping peacefully. But I think as a whole, it makes me feel as if you may wish, I guess you miss better times, a time where you maybe had less responsibility, you don't have all these things weighing down on you. And I know, as I'm assuming, about how old are you?
I'm
Your 20s?
23.
Yeah, you're in your 20s,
Yeah.
as I thought, and I'm 26. And I know when you are in your 20s, it's kind of a weird time in your life because
Yeah.
you're still trying to figure out what you have to do, but then at the same time, you're picking up additional labels. For some, it could be becoming a mother. Others, you have to be a big sister now. And there's a lot of pressure that comes with it. And sometimes I literally think like, man, if I could just go back to where I didn't have to worry about bills and I don't have to be concerned about what people think about me
Yeah.
or about upholding a certain image and things like that. Those are the feelings that I got.
That's
from the song.
good. You guys both are partially correct for sure, because that's kind of where that song came from. So I have pretty bad insomnia. I'll be up, like you said, 3 a.m. and you're like, why am I up? And
Yeah.
everyone else seems to be sleeping
Peaceful.
peacefully, and that's exactly how it was. I was, like you said, laying down next to someone in bed, and I was like, they just fell asleep like so easily, and we kind of we were kind of arguing beforehand, so that's you caught those feelings of discontent. But we it was funny how he just fell right asleep after that, whereas I was staying up and so affected by it. And it's pretty common because I'd say most of my writing happens in the middle of the night. And like I said, I have some pretty bad insomnia sometimes. And like you said, all the stress of life and all these things that you have to hold on your shoulders. And that's exactly what the song is about. It's like, I just wish I could just throw it all down and like go back to an easier time. So like, that's why there's a lot of that young, like, age references, hopscotching and all the like the bike and going away, and I just want to get away from it all. So, and my favorite thing about the question you asked was, what are you trying to escape from? Because that's exactly what that song is about. It's like, I just want to escape. I want to get out of here, and I feel so trapped. And then also, that song was written in a college dorm room.
Oh, I feel you there.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Yeah, so you just
And I
feel like
love
you're
the
in-
joke. I'm like, okay, hotel or dorm room?
Yeah,
It makes
you
a
ever
difference.
think about that? Like,
Yeah.
like they're like, think about all the people who have slept in this room and like
Right.
what they're doing with their life right now.
That's
you know?
what did get me, because I was wondering, like, okay, wait, is she at home? Is she in a family house where older siblings have already lived and they're going?
That's
so I was
cool
trying to
too.
figure that out.
Man,
but
you
okay,
guys
I
are
got
I'm about to go home and write like 5 songs after this interview.
Thank you. Just give me my credit.
And Layla, thank you for the contribution.
There you go.
Where are you from? Because we
Oh,
want to
yeah.
know.
We were
Yeah,
curious of
absolutely.
that.
So I'm
Break
from,
into you for a
yeah,
second.
so I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So
Okay.
I've been here my whole life. So I grew up in Solon. So if you're
Okay.
familiar with the area.
I'm in Bedford.
Okay, all right. So we're pretty close. I actually worked in Bedford. So
Oh,
yeah,
good.
my first
Okay.
job. Oh, well, we don't want to talk about that. But
Nice.
yeah, back in the day.
Oh, it's such a good tidbit that they all start somewhere. So say where
I
you,
know.
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
want to say.
Wait, what were you?
You don't want to say your first job.
My first job. Well,
We'll do ours.
I'll tell you. Yeah, let's do.
Okay, we can do it all the way around. I'm fine
All
with
right,
mine.
so mine is my first job ever was working at a birthday party place for little
Oh,
kids.
cool.
So
Okay.
yeah, you say cool until
Not
you
Chuck E.
go.
Cheese.
Yeah, no, not Chuck E. Cheese. It was like one of those
Fun
inflatable
center,
bounce
fun
houses,
center.
Oh, okay.
you know, place. So it was cool. It could have been worse, but there was yeah.
Entertaining the masses before you were entertaining
That's true.
the
That's
masses.
true.
Right.
I was born to entertain.
Yeah, what was your role? What were you responsible for?
I had to make sure the kids didn't die, and I
Okay.
had to.
That's a big one. You have to sign
I know.
waivers when you
Oh,
drop
yeah.
kids off.
Yeah,
when
I
you
used to
go,
make
you
them
have to sign
the
off.
waivers. And then it's crazy how many people just write their name without.
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't even read that. Like, but anyways, then But I also would, serve cake and all this stuff. I did sing Happy Birthday pretty regularly there.
All
so
right.
that was some early singing career days.
Some live prep.
Yeah, some live prep. It was funny though because I worked on my 16th birthday and everybody's like, "Oh, sweet 16." I'm like, "Yeah, I sang Happy Birthday to other people on my 16th birthday, so don't talk to me."
And that right there is commitment. So it says a lot about where your heart is.
The best
and your
artists
passion.
are on stage on their birthday.
On their
that's
birthday.
true.
On
That
their
is true.
birthdays. Making others feel good. Well, my first job, Subway. I was a sandwich artist. I attended Subway University, received my certificate. I was also, I got up to be assistant manager, which was difficult because as a freshman in college, I didn't have a car. So I would literally have to get on the bus or I would walk from one location to the other because the owner, she had like 3 very close by.
Yeah. I definitely had to ride my bike in when I was my second job. So.
It's real. You do what you have to do. And I paid my bills. I bought my school books all on Subway. Shout out to Subway.
Way to go, Subway. What was your first job?
My first actual legal real job.
Oh gosh.
Oh God. Because you be working before you can.
Yeah.
White Castle.
Oh yeah.
But that's not really
Miss White Castle.
And it
In
was
Ohio.
It's one of those late night drunk
Late
stops.
night.
So
Yeah.
it's yeah.
A lot of
Served very different
experiences.
crowds.
Yeah.
But before that, I hooked up with this community service center,
Okay.
and they sell chocolate and stuff, and we got a percentage if we could move so
Where did they have you selling chocolate?
Started sales
I need to know because it's almost forced sometimes. I'm
in
like,
the suburbs.
let me see if I have a quarter. I don't even know if I have change.
That's too
So
funny.
forceful. Put that
But
on
things
you.
things build character.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. That's
those
true.
things you start writing.
I mean,
about
I
later.
have songs. Actually, one of my songs on the album. It's the second track. It's Bigger Than You, and that one is actually on the piano, and that is actually a song about one of my most recent bosses. So
Okay. Good segue.
yeah, so that's a good story. But anyways, so I lived in Cleveland, and
We're
then
gonna play it and we're gonna talk
we
about
will.
it.
We will talk about it. Let's roast her. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm here for it. Popcorn ready.
So anyways, I grew up around here, and would hang out. I went through high school and then I went to college at OU, at Ohio University in Athens.
Ooh.
So I played some shows down there. I was there for 4 years and then came back, and now
Did you go for music?
no, I didn't actually. So I went for I didn't really know what I was doing at that point in my life.
Okay,
A lot of us don't.
I was one of those people who kind of bounced around. I was studying physiology, I had a minor in biology.
Oh,
So what's the thing that's most different from music? Yeah. And then I went on and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I actually love sound, as you can believe, and I like working with people and helping people. So I kind of stumbled upon the career of speech language pathology.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And, there's different therapy techniques that involve music or even just communicating and connecting with someone, which is what music does for me. So even though it's not quite musical, it's up that alley. So that's what I'm in grad school for now is speech language pathology.
Awesome.
Yeah. Grad school. So how do you balance? Okay, work because
Go for it.
I have a master's, and the program. Well, I graduated from Ursuline College, and the program they made it pretty easy, but it was difficult to balance me going to school full time, but then also working full time, a corporate job at that. So how do you manage having school and then doing music as well?
Well, that insomnia thing definitely kicks in.
Right.
So, it was very difficult recording my EP, especially because I was kind of in the same boat. I was a full-time student. I worked 2 jobs. I'm paying for school. I'm figuring things out. And I was trying to record my album, on a DIY budget and DIY experience. So I had $10 and had no idea what I was doing. So it took me a really long time to kind of slowly research and watch videos. I read books on music industry and recording and slowly kind of gather up as much as I could and slowly start purchasing small pieces of equipment. So
Okay.
one thing I did, actually, I would buy stuff I would buy stuff used online.
Okay.
Because, people who record music understand, like, I'm going to take good care of my microphones. So it's good. So I've been able to kind of slowly build my studio in my bedroom and slowly but surely learn a ton. And I just learned so much. And just any hour of free time I had, it went into music. So, quote unquote, free time because I definitely put off things that I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But in the end, I survived. I got my grades. I didn't get fired, so that's good. And I recorded the EP. So,
Okay. Well, what do you think is like the most beneficial thing that you've learned on your own so far in terms of the music industry?
I think the most important thing that you should learn is that you never stop learning.
Understood.
So, yeah, I've really, I've found so many good resources, and then I'm always finding more. So I've done a lot of just like continuous learning. Pretty much every day I tune into this podcast I listen to. It's called the CD Baby DIY Musician Podcast, which if you are an independent musician watching this, like, you need to check this out.
Nice plug.
Yeah, I know. I don't work for them. But this podcast is awesome because it's all geared towards an independent musician, and I've learned so much from it. And I've got an hour-long commute-ish to Akron every day.
It's like a TED Talk, and it tells
exactly.
you about things
Gives
happening
you
in
tips.
the areas. Cool.
It's kind of like my own portable radio station, so that's nice. But I love it. And then also a lot of good books I've read. So I think the most important lesson I've learned is that you're never done learning. And I think in an industry that changes as much as the music industry, that's essential.
So it sounds like you have a growth mindset.
Yeah,
All right.
And that's
I'm
good.
just a nerd. I just like to study. So
I'm excited. Like, it always starts in a basement, in a closet, or in a garage, right?
yeah.
There you go.
Maybe I'll be inviting you guys backstage someday.
Right. I mean, I
Right.
love a good come up, and I love a good concert. So just let me know when. We'll go.
Something
Go ahead.
no, like, you was doing so good. I'm like, should I jump in? They vibing right now. Like, really.
It's just the Layla Lynn thing. It's
Yeah,
just kind of.
What did I want to ask you? I know the other artists, they say here, like, she loves the Cleveland music scene. Like, how has it been navigating and learning and meeting people and finding places to perform?
Yeah, that's a great question. The Cleveland music scene is awesome. I just have to say, there's so many people from Cleveland who always talk about how much they hate Cleveland. I am not one of those people. I love Cleveland.
Profess it.
Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland that I love. I love it. So I love how kind of like gritty the music scene is.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's really cool. I have been able to play shows at some cool places, but nothing too big yet. One of the things that I love is I like opening for someone. I think that's kind of fun because you can get your name, I'm just one person with a guitar, but it's nice to open up for a band and get your name on a bigger ticket. So one show, it was probably the biggest show I ever played, was at Twinsburg's Rock the Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I opened for a country band. So it's funny you mentioned the country because I definitely tried to play to the crowd,
country. Yeah, of course.
And I can bring out a twang when I need to. So it was really good, and played to about 1,000 people, and it was really fun opening for them. And they were a great band. And
I just realized how, like, cool that is to be like a northerner into country and folk.
yeah.
Like, that's kind of like,
I know, like, you wouldn't think there's a big like country scene around here, but there is. I mean, there was 1,000 people there. so I was like, wow, all these people are listening to country music. But yeah, it's an interesting little dynamic.
it's a
So
little cool niche.
I was
especially
wondering.
here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go
I was
ahead.
wondering only because you were mentioning how you're doing. Basically, you're learning things on your own. Do you have a manager, or what type of management do you have right now? Are you your own manager?
I am my own manager. I wish that I had a manager because I'm
Yeah.
starting to go a little crazy. No, that's not true. I was already crazy is the real secret. But I've been basically just managing myself, doing it all myself. So it gets really, really complicated, but I just kind of chunk things into tiny tasks. So, today I will add my website bio, you know what I mean? One thing at a time. And I just have a constant to-do list that I'm constantly checking things off and adding more things to. So I'd say one area that I struggle with is actually booking shows. I think before I would hire a manager, just because I have read so much and I feel relatively competent in the music scene right now. but I'm not super. I don't have a ton of connections with
Yeah, that's the
clubs
key.
and booking places where I'd want to get booked. So that would probably be my first person I'd hire if I hired someone. I know also a publisher I think would be cool because I'd love to have my music on commercials or anything like that when it's that acoustic music that people love.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
That's awesome. And you definitely got some goals down there.
And that's good. You know what it reminds us of our last recording where we were talking about motivation and how you got to make a list, and sometimes you need to make smaller tasks that you can easily accomplish, and that way you stay motivated in the process.
Absolutely. One thing that I do too is speaking of lists, I'm kind of a list person. I'm a list person. But one thing that I do too is I make a lot of goals, and I'll do that same idea. Instead of, of course, I have my dreams and goals list, where sure, I'd love my goal to be to win a Grammy, but right now my goals are much smaller. It's like get 1,000 plays on Spotify. It's get 100 subscribers on YouTube, so they're smaller goals, but they're going to be they're
going to feel like accomplishments.
Exactly.
When you hit 'em.
I think I'm micro ambitious. I'm like crazy ambitious of microscopic things, and I think that's how you really make steps and move forward. So, speaking of my Spotify, if anybody wanted to listen,
I was gonna go there.
you were. Oh, I should have let you, so I didn't seem as self-plugging.
No, go.
But yeah, my Spotify, you can find me on Spotify or any streaming service. So Apple Music, Tidal, anything like that. You can find me by just searching Brenna Lynn. And I'll pop up. So
Go look for 'em.
yeah, there's a Brenna Lynn with an E too. So I'm the one without an E.
No
so,
N.
yeah.
Okay, no E, two N's.
Yep, 2 N's. Yep. So,
Got it.
And then also, I'm on all social media and all of that stuff too. So if I'm just Brenna Lynn Music on everything. So.
Brenna Lynn music.
Yeah.
Okay. I said it in my head like Brenna Lynn music, Brenna Lynn music, Brenna Lynn.
That's how
music.
it pops up like that on YouTube, and I start typing in Brenda Lynn.
Yeah.
Brenda Lynn, it says Brenda Lynn music.
Yep. That's try to make it all the same. So.
That's good.
You know what? I think this is a good point to bash the boss. So
Go for it.
go ahead and play.
Never a bad time.
In the main.
Boss.
Yeah, there's some good stories.
That's why we're getting the song ready.
I can only imagine.
Preview. No.
Sure, whatever you want.
Okay.
I was like trying to not have it be dead air. While I figure out what was going on.
Well, in other news.
So are we still going right now?
Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm gonna not worry about it.
Let me know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Oh, thank you.
No, tell him no. No, tell him no. No, tell him no. No, tell him no. I don't come here often, no. I don't care what you're offering, don't you dare, do you not understand my get back there? Tell him no, tell him no, tell him no. I'm not on the market no more yet. I turn heads when I walk in the door. I am not impressed by your looks or your wealth kindly. Keep your hands to yourself. Tell him no, tell him no, tell him don't touch my waist when you walk past me. You are not entitled to anything, and no, I didn't dress up for you. I'm a noun, not a verb, not something you can do. Tell him no, tell him no, tell him no, tell him no, tell him no.
So that was not the boss song.
No, that was not the boss song.
But it's a boss's song. Yes, no. And no again.
I know.
I liked it the dubbed. Like as the beat.
Absolutely. So that one is actually kind of cool because that one I originally wrote and recorded using a loop pedal. So if you've ever seen that, it's kind of like the Ed Sheeran thing. And basically I step on this pedal with my foot and it'll record a loop. And then when I step on it again, it'll replay the loop. And I can add loop over loop over loop. And so that whole song is an a cappella song. And so everything that you hear I made with my voice. And it's pretty cool to do. It's pretty cool to build live because people see all the layers adding together.
Oh, when you perform, you've done that?
Yes,
that's
I have.
awesome. I've seen someone do that before.
Yeah, it's so cool. There's people who are definitely much better than me.
But it shows some skill and technique, especially
it's
live at
some
that.
timing. Yeah. It's scary to do.
I didn't want to throw it out there. I'm like, I'm going to definitely seen Kanye West do that before.
Oh, you seen Kanye do that?
Yeah.
Oh, so
there you go.
I mean,
all right. So
artists can do that.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh, look at you.
look at you.
Just making your way up.
He learned that from me, actually.
Comparing to the
I showed him
Kanye's.
first, and then he picked it up along the way.
Yeah, he got good at it after I explained a few times.
Okay, so I hate that we have to go here from the boss thing because I feel like this is more serious.
Oh,
like,
yeah, this is a serious song. This is kind of like a haunting song, you know? This one oh, no, you have a question? Go for it.
I don't want to put that on you.
Oh, no.
Like, was it like a Me Too song almost? Like a...
Kind of. So there was nothing really super severe that happened. Just somebody, but it's that idea of like, leave me alone, you know, and stop trying to get on me and stop trying to be too close to me. And, you know, I've made it clear I don't want you to talk to me anymore. I've made it clear I don't want you to touch my waist, you know. Nothing terrible happened, but the reality is things do happen. And there are so many people who do have a Me Too story.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And, you know, I have friends who have Me Too stories. And it kills me. And so that song was just that idea of, why can't you understand the word no? You know, it's a very powerful, very clear, very potent 2-letter word. And I just wanted to write a song to really show that. And so that song is, it's a heavier song. And a lot of people have heard that song and told me, you know, that song, I feel it. Like I've been in that situation. So I'm very fortunate to be able to say that was not a Me Too story. But the reality is a lot of people do have that story. So this song is for them.
And I think it also resonates with people. I mean, even just like how you were saying you didn't experience it. However, there are small instances that I have been through where I feel violated.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be at a concert and you know how guys are like, oh, excuse me, let me get through. And they'll literally touch
your
you
waist.
right above the crack. Like,
exactly.
And it's like, that's a man's area. That's where your man touches you, not a stranger. And, and also too, I mean, even though I know maybe your boss, I'm pretty sure that she didn't do anything like that, but
no.
it still puts me in the mind of you have no ownership over me.
Yes.
Like just back up for a minute. And while it was going, I really felt it. And I like when you say like, I'm not a verb. I'm not something to do.
Yeah.
Go on somewhere.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad you felt that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's interesting that you brought up the person walking through, because that was actually the first line I wrote in that song. Was the first thing I thought. It was, like I said, it was inspired while somebody was being annoying, and it was inspired at a bar. And the first line that I thought in my head was, don't touch my waist when you walk by.
Yeah, we don't know each other.
Yeah, and maybe you don't understand what I'm coming from, but she does, because any girl understands that.
I don't want to admit that I've been there, but actually I have. Like,
let them know.
Wait a minute.
Tell your story,
like,
Jermaine.
I feel that too. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's like, it's just a human being thing. It's like, like you said, this is not where a stranger's hand goes.
Yeah,
you know,
we just met.
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable.
And it's what's really the most bizarre thing is that they're really confident when they do it. It's like, oh, excuse me, baby, and it's like, no, you just touched me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Exactly.
You
Don't
go
touch
from
me.
0 to 100 real quick when it comes to things like that. So
I didn't want to make it so
I can
serious.
feel
I didn't
it.
want to put that much on it, but
Yeah.
it definitely had
It
that
is.
vibe. It could be breakup-y too. Like No, we're not going to be together
Oh
anymore.
yeah, I've been there too.
I think
Over.
it means something different to a lot of different people. Some people are like, yes, I feel that song. And some people are like, whoa.
That's
I
the
feel
beauty
that
of
song.
music, though. You can interpret it any way.
True.
But as long as you capture the audience in some way and they feel they can relate to it on some level,
You took them somewhere.
yeah, you take them somewhere.
Yeah.
And me, the entire time, I was just like, oh yeah,
I saw you nodding.
don't touch me. Had to end it with snaps and claps. Like, oh, good job.
Thank you.
Speaking of songs and other people and movements, are there any other artists that you feel like you want to collaborate with?
So I've done little tiny mini collaborations with just friends that are musical. If I could collaborate with anyone
Anybody?
in the world,
Dream.
my dream
You
collaboration.
might pass out when they call you.
Oh my gosh. Lord, I love Lord. I am a huge Lord fan.
I love her voice.
Oh, I love her voice. I love her lyrics. Yellow Flicker Beat, like I feel. I actually just saw her in concert in Columbus maybe 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
The
And
second British invasion.
yeah, yeah. So she's so awesome in concert. She was amazing. But what was really good is she has these songs that you just feel so much, and her lyrics really, especially off of her latest album, just really, like you said, they take you somewhere. They're deep, and so I definitely cried twice at her show. I just felt it so much. So if she even like breathed on me, I would probably pass out.
You know
so.
what? Honestly, you do have that vibe about you too. Actually,
Oh, thank you.
Because one of the questions is, who did you learn from? Like, who did you grow up listening to? Mm-hmm. And like, I can like you guys
You
come
see
from
it?
the same school.
Right.
Okay.
But where did you come? What school of vocalists did you come from? Who did you learn? From?
You know, it's strange because I'm someone who's got this. I like pretty much all music. I mean, if you name a genre, I've got a favorite artist in that genre. I love pretty much all music. I guess everything except like opera. So, that's only because somebody
Maybe
has
you
definitely
just haven't heard
challenged
the
me.
right person do it.
Yeah, maybe I just
I've
haven't
heard
any
Beyonce
good
do it,
opera yet.
and-
I didn't want to go there. I'm like,
As soon as she
okay.
said not opera, I was like, well, but you know Beyonce.
I did not know Beyonce's done opera.
She throws a little bit
I
out
don't-
there. She throws it in her
Beyonce
music.
is the queen, so. But yeah, there's been a lot of people that I've drawn inspiration from. I would say that even though I love all types of music, one theme that I love in music is a strong songwriter. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I love pop, oh, I love, classic rock. But my big thing is I love a good songwriter. I'm a sucker for a good songwriter. And so it's not so much that I've ever thought, oh, I want my voice to sound like that. It's more like, wow, I want to make my lyrics feel things like that.
Okay.
So some of my favorite artists, I love Billy Joel. I think
Okay.
his songwriting is unbelievable, and especially when he really hits the nail on the head, like in his one song, Goodnight Saigon, which is about the Vietnam War, and he was never in the Vietnam War, which is crazy because if you listen to the song, it sounds like he was, but he actually wrote that song because someone called him and explained the experience to him, and he was able to empathize and feel it so much that he could write this song that sounds like a first person's point of view. So he's a huge inspiration to me for sure. Like I said, Lord's really big. People have told me that my voice sounds like Ingrid Michaelson.
I'll have
and
to look into that.
yeah, I think it's more my style of music, and so they kind of blend it all together.
Yeah.
But I like her songwriting too. I think anytime there's somebody who's got those power lyrics, I really gravitate towards them.
Awesome. Well, of course, you would value lyrics.
Yeah.
Pathologist.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, true. You very much still are academic at the
Right.
same time.
I
so
like that though.
I'm sorry, I had something and it just
I hate that.
went away.
That's okay.
As far as
But-
songwriting school, go ahead. Songwriting school. Someone you wanted to open for was the one.
Okay.
Would that be Lord as well?
Oh yeah, I would love to open for Lord. Lord, or really?
That wasn't really a new question. That was
Yeah.
just like a spin-off of the
yeah,
original.
it's a good
huh?
spin-off. I definitely. It's so cool to open for someone because,
Right.
they have all these fans that came there to see them. So you kind of have the opportunity to kind of surprise somebody and be like, hey, I know you don't know me, but nice to meet you. I'm Brenna.
It's similar vibes. Like, hey, if you like this, you might like this as
Yeah.
well. What else I was gonna go? Did you aspire to be like in a group effort? Did you want to see yourself in a band or something?
I would
That's
love to have
interesting.
I would love to have a band. I think some of my songs, in fact, like the one I started with, Good Good Again, when I recorded it, I actually recorded all sorts of other instruments on top. So it was cool when I was recording it because I had the ability to go back and put more music in. Mm-hmm. But when I play it live, I can only sing and play guitar. So I would absolutely love to collaborate with some other musicians, especially keys and drums, because I think they fit my style really well. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm quite ready for a full band yet, because I'm kind of doing the whole independent thing. Mm-hmm. I think it would be cool to collaborate with a band without having to necessarily decide, like, okay, we're a band, let's make a band name, we're going to commit, we're in this together, because I think, well, I would do that if they had a similar vision to me, but I don't want to sacrifice any of my creativity because I'm trying to please someone else.
That's one of our questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So what is that vision?
Ooh, so I'm actually moving to Nashville soon.
All right.
There
you go.
All in.
So with my grad program, so I'm a first-year grad student at the University of Akron.
Look at how that worked out.
I know. So they, the second year at Akron, you can go pretty much anywhere to complete your externship. So I just found out that my medical externship will be in Nashville, which I requested, of course.
Oh, wow.
So
it still worked out, though.
I know.
Because you could have requested and not been placed, right?
Exactly, and that absolutely happened. So it was kind of scary because I was like, I hope I can make it. But yeah, I'm going to be there, and so I'm very excited about that because I would love to be around the music scene.
Yeah.
There's so many different types of music in Nashville. There's so many musicians and so many different types of musicians and people in Nashville. And I absolutely love music, so why not live in Music City, USA?
Yeah, like I could see the sign when you said it. I saw the sign.
Yeah.
My original question, you mentioned perspective and writing from different perspectives. Are all the songs you wrote from your perspective? Because there was a verse where I was like, she said when she runs away, not when he runs away. So is she referencing herself or is she referencing someone else?
Oh, that's a really good question. So most of my songs are drawn from my own personal experience. I'd say I write to kind of deconstruct emotions, and so when I'm feeling an emotion, I write it out, and that's kind of how I get somewhere. So most of my songs are inspired just by my own experiences or my own thoughts and feelings. However, occasionally I will write a song inspired by someone else. I actually have a song, I didn't release it on my EP, but I hope to release it soon, and it's actually, I've got a live version of it on my YouTube channel. So people can find that at Brenna Lynn Music. But I've got this song is called In Cursive, and it's actually a story about a friend of mine that was she kind of opened up to me. It was interesting because I knew her boyfriend at the time, and I knew her relationship, and it was so great. I thought it was so wonderful, and everything seemed happy, and they were a great couple, and they broke up. And maybe a month after, I was talking to her, and I realized they were not a great couple. She was being very much emotionally abused and very much taken advantage of. She was being pushed around. She couldn't stand it anymore. And he basically cut her off and was like, bye, you're on your own, after they'd been together for so many years. And it was just a really heavy story, and he used her so much. And she actually was talking to me about this, and she said that, you know, he texted her, and she said, he said, like, oh, hey, come over, you know, after they'd already broken up for a month ago, and he started dating somebody, like, the next week, too, mind you.
No.
I know. So she, and she told me this story, and she said that she bit, you know, she was like, oh, hi, you know, and they talked for a little bit, and then, you know, he dropped her like that after he used her another time. And she said this line, well, she just said it, and I was like, whoa. And she said, that was the last time he used me, and the last time he'll ever use me again. And I was like, taken aback. I was like, that is really good. Like, and so I asked her this question. I'd been friends with this girl for about 3 years. I said, that was so good. Do you ever write? And she said, because I thought that's like a writer would say that. And she looked at me and she said, yeah, I do. And I found out that she was this amazing writer, and I didn't even know that. I never talked to her about it. And she wrote this amazing poetry, specifically haiku poems, and they were unbelievable, and they were so cool because I could see how she coped with her relationship.
Yeah, I was like, safe place.
Exactly. So it was just this whole day of me discovering everything, and also hearing things, and finding out about her relationship, and finding out about her. That I had all these feelings, and so I went home, and she inspired a song. And I sing the song from first person, but it's actually her story. And I throw her line in there, That was the last time he used me and the last time he'll ever use me again. And the song is all about how she wrote to kind of find her voice. So I say, I was left screaming in my best cursive. I yelled, I'm happy at myself in the mirror. She didn't have to, I'm sorry, I screwed it up. It was she. She was left screaming in her best cursive. She yelled, I'm happy at herself in the mirror. She didn't have to say a word, but she was heard loud and clear. And it's that idea of that's how she found her voice and found herself. So.
Awesome.
But most of my songs, to answer your question, are from my own personal experience. But every now and then, if I'm really stirred, I will write something in someone else's perspective.
So deep.
Oh, thank you.
And I was like, do you have to have a moment to write, though?
Yeah, I am not somebody who can write on command. I can write silly songs on command or something that sounds deep but really isn't. But I definitely, like, if I want to write a hit, I can't just sit down and write a hit. What it really is it's like I'm feeling all these things. Like I said, oftentimes it's in the middle of the night when my mind is stirring, and I'll sit down and I'll write something. And it's interesting because I can't really make myself write when I'm not feeling something, and I can't stop myself when I am feeling something. It's like breathing. I can't stop the pen from moving.
Oh, I had a poet tell me that, like, when she writes poems, they're whole babies. They come out whole.
Okay.
You was probably in class that
Okay.
day. She was like, okay, that's
Who are you
deep.
talking about, Miss
Lloyd?
Miss Lloyd?
Yeah,
I
but that was
almost said
she
Laura.
wasn't the one who
Well,
said
she
it.
didn't say that.
No, I'm sorry.
I was thinking,
I was just
so
breaking
deep.
it to songwriting, like,
Yeah.
I be trying to put together a song just on some. I'm like not doing nothing, and it's usually come from I heard a beat, and it was like, oh, I feel some type of way.
Yeah, well, you feel a way, and that's exactly it, you know?
But there's times where, like, I'm going through something, and I'm like, I want to say this to somebody, and that's type of thing. So I was like, which side of that did you come from, and, like, did one side help you build the other side of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, Bigger Than You is a song that's like that. It was, like you said, I want to say that to you. I can't because I don't want to get fired, but I want to say this to you.
Cool beans.
And it's a power song.
I'm like, cool beans. We have to break it to that anyway.
Yeah, the viewers got to hear it.
You want to introduce it?
Yeah, sure. So, what should I say?
So, it was not Bigger Than You that we ended up playing the first time.
No,
it was
no.
actually No. And you live performed Eros?
I played Good Again, which is the fourth track.
So Good Again.
So, we're going to play now.
Yeah, sure. So, Bigger Than You is, like I said, a song about it was inspired by my boss. And really, it's for anybody who's had someone treat them like they're small, step on them, and kind of show them no respect as a human being, And so it's kind of this message that if somebody ever treats you like you are smaller than them, you're probably a lot bigger than them.
Cool.
Another bombshell from your hand hit the ground in my land. I cover my head from all the hate that you spread. Wipe the tears on my shirt, and it's so hard because I'm hurt. But I say that it's okay, 'cause I'm okay. And at the end of the day, I'm so much bigger than you. And I do what you could never do, and I see what you could never see. 'Cause you are smaller than me. You know good people, they don't treat other people like that. You got your blade on my neck. Today you write my paycheck. But in one short year I'll be gone out of here. And you must notice that I'm tall. That must be why you try to make me feel small. But in this place you will stay when I'm gone, far away. And at the end of the day, I'm so much bigger than you. And I do what you can never do, and I see what you can never see. 'Cause you are smaller than me. You know good people, they don't treat other people like that. at the end of the day. I'm so much bigger than you, and I do what you can never do. I lift other people up, and I am more than enough. And what you cannot see is of your opinion. I am free, even if you were the same size as me. And you know good people, they don't treat other people. Good people, they don't treat other people like that.
I'm goofy because I'm sitting here laughing all
Snaps and claps.
because I know it's about a boss. And like, how many times have you walked into work like, good morning, like, I cannot stand you.
But you have to keep a smile on your face.
Yeah. I definitely had to adopt a kill 'em with kindness perspective when dealing with that boss, because there was no rational. So you're right. It was a lot of hello, good morning.
But she actually inspired a really good song because like it could apply to anything. You don't really know that's what was hitting there. So like it could be like people who doubted you or people who are around and are not around anymore.
Yeah,
that was good. I liked it.
Yeah, thank you. I love asking people what their favorite song that I've ever written is, or whatever they've heard. If I play a show and I interact with an audience member afterwards, I always ask, which one was your favorite? And with my album, I always ask people, which one was your favorite? And I love to see who says what. And Bigger Than You, whenever somebody likes that one, there's always a story behind it. They always talk about, I had this professor that was so mean to me, and that song like resonates with that, or they were unfairly fired from their job or something like that. And I think it's cool to hear someone's story, and like you said, they connect with the music and they have their own interpretation. So it's really interesting when someone likes that song most.
I was like, could I pick a favorite? It probably would be that one, but I think I said in my head, like, it's just enough going on with this song. Like, it's just enough voice, just enough instrumental. It was like the right lyrics for everything that was going on. So
good.
That's why I liked it. Like,
thank you.
There's a lot of cool stuff happening in the other songs too. Like, I love that you like don't mind throwing a quirky moment in there because it was definitely a joke.
I'll be honest with you. I'm most honest in my music for sure.
And then I did like the overdub, and that was cool. But like that was like, it was just the right amount of everything.
Great, thank you so much.
I just want to throw that out there.
I enjoyed the song. I think also too what I had mentioned while I was playing is, I don't even know the correct term, but you know how you're watching a movie. It could be a Lifetime movie or something. But you see like a powerful scene, or you see someone deciding to make a change. With Bigger Than You and with No, I can see like an entire scene of something happening, whether it be a woman standing up for herself or setting somebody straight, or with that, maybe someone that's going through a hard time, but they're deciding, you know what, I'm actually bigger than you. And it's really good. I wanted to know, have you recorded any music videos, or are you looking into that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I have just done little live videos of just me playing in my room, but I really want to record a music video. So it's really interesting that you thought that song would make a good one. My brother Vince Innocenzi, shout out to Vince. He is pretty good at the camera. He's 15 years old. I know. He's like got an eye for that stuff. He's an artist. So he's helped me record some scenes. We never really put it together into a music video. Actually, I was going to. The first song that I recorded for this album is a song called Rain that I actually wrote when I was still in high school, and but it's still applicable. So that was the first one I recorded. But I learned so much while I was recording that I thought, I went back and listened to that one, and I thought, oh my gosh, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I can't put that on there because I want it to be correct when I put it out there. I want it to be the way I hear it in my head. And but I really was hoping to this spring release a music video for it. So I do have some footage for a music video, and hopefully this summer I will be releasing some type of music video, be it that song or perhaps one of the songs on the album. So if people wanted to check that out, that would be on my I'll probably talk about it if I do release it on my social media. So if anybody wanted to see it, that you can find me on at Brenna Lynn Music on all forms of social media. And I will, of course, shout that out before I release a music video. But it's definitely something that's on my micro ambitious goal list. So
I would be looking forward to seeing like how it would translate in the video, because there are always so many different angles you can take.
Oh yeah.
With the song, just considering we might perceive it separate ways.
Yeah.
So I would really be interested. I like to hear a song with content that tells a story and allows me to sort of paint a picture in my head of what's going on, or where I could see the song being beneficial, i.e. a movie or like
this is
a
me
TV
having
show.
a moment with you, because I'm like we're inspired by songwriters, because I'm like, what is your process?
Yeah.
So like,
okay,
something for me. Yeah. I listen to somebody else's song and I don't try to match their song. I try to match the vibe.
Oh.
Like, where did that send you? And I'm going to write something totally different that sends you to the same place.
Oh.
That song gave me Elastic Heart vibes.
Oh,
See ya?
interesting. Yeah.
And I can actually see the video to your song. So I was like, she matched the vibe really good there.
That's
and it's
awesome.
lightweight, like the same topic.
And that's an amazing compliment, because Sia's awesome. So thank
I
you.
figured you would like that.
Kanye, Sia, Lord,
Right.
Like them all.
that's awesome.
So we only have one more song left.
Oh.
And we're coming to a close.
Okay. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to both of you guys.
Thank
you are
you.
awesome.
You've been
and
a good sport.
Yeah. And thank you to Lake Effect Radio Station for having me. I'm really glad to be here. So this has been a lot of fun.
Before we leave, we're going to play the song, Play You Out.
Okay.
But final question, what are you working on now, and what is heading for the future? Is Arrow just recently out, or?
Yes, Arrows was released April 14th. So
right.
yeah, so
Very
it's
She's
fresh.
going to be touring this
It
boy.
is fresh. And can I ask you which song you're going to end on? Which one you're going to play?
Was it Understand You? I think we played everything but that.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. So if you want to play Understand You, the only song, actually, we didn't play Arrows
You
either.
wanna play it?
Well, that's okay. Why don't you play Understand You, and I'll let people hear the song that inspired the name of the album if they want to check me out on Spotify or any other way
That
to
works.
find me. Yeah. So Understand You is a great one. It's a good little love song. So
You know what happened? We played Arrows
Prior
prepping.
to, I had to get an idea.
Yeah, it's in your head.
But there you go.
All right,
That
thank you
is
for
like a
having
little
me.
tidbit. Like, if you want to hear what inspired the album,
Yeah.
you definitely need to check out
Well,
the
you can't give them everything.
Yeah.
up front.
You gotta
You
make
need
them
to
want
do
more.
research, and I want you to look me up.
We need those
and
numbers.
check out the other things that I have as well.
Yes.
So certainly, I get
Thank you
it.
so much.
Thank you.
And
All
with
right.
that was Brenna Lynn.
Ooh,
Thank
look
you
at
so much.
Good job.
And you're going to understand. But it's called Understand You. All right.
You finally shut.
So what I meant to say was that we're counting down to the final song, and we had to hop over a few that we heard already. So now it's Understand You. No.
Red heels, black dress. The picture sits close to your mattress. In the hand-painted picture frame that I made. Shiny shoes, a jacket. I've seen how you stare at it. I will never understand you. The room's dark, the blinds pulled. If you weren't holding me, I'd be cold. Your face is soft, you're clutching my palm. The sound of your breath keeps me calm. And if I woke you, you wouldn't sleep again until I did too. I will never understand you. goes. I will never understand you, 'cause I lose track and I drop things. Never been on time for anything, but you said in this very bed, time isn't real, you silly head. I will never understand you. And over there in that locked box, there's bullets, poetry, and some pretty rocks. My birthday is the combo to the lock. You make my hands calm, you make my stomach a knot. And in the window I love the dawn rays. This apartment is my favorite place, 'cause you never make me question while I struggle with these expressions. But you organize my chaos. You love me like my mom does. I will never understand you. I hope I never understand you.